Black Ops Cold War is right around the corner, and we've already been shown an alpha and a beta. And with all these tests, we've realized that there's a few features that we're not liking so much. That's why here at COD Globe, we are looking at the top 5 worst Cold War features. At number 5, we have a pretty minor inconvenience: the kill feeds. And where this isn't too much of a problem for a majority of the Call of Duty player base, this is a problem for players that like to get quad feeds. A quad feed is when you get 4 kills in a row that is uninterrupted on the kill feed. However, there is a problem with this game's kill feed. It goes by too quickly and gets broken too fast, meaning that it is a lot harder to get kill feeds, it's a lot harder to see who kills who and what players are dying and what players are still alive. Now the reason it's so far down on the list is because this is a minor problem. It's barely a problem to begin with. It's a minor inconvenience, however, it's not as bad of a problem to where it deserves to be in the top 4. At number 4, we have the maps so far. In the alpha and the beta, we were introduced to a few specific maps such as Satellite, Miami, and Moscow. Now, where Moscow and Satellite were decent and playable, Miami had a lot of problems. All the maps that were introduced in the alpha and the beta in a whole were okay, to say the least. Some parts of each map were way too open, some parts of the map were way too long, some parts of the map were way too close ranged, which basically meant that there was no perfect weapon for any map. It led to a lot of personal problems with myself, it led to a lot of problems with other players that I know, and overall the maps that have been introduced in the game so far just haven't really lived up to what we were expecting. The reason that this feature in particular is so low on the list is mainly because, again, there's more maps that have to be introduced. We've only been introduced to around 4 or 5 of the maps that's going to be in Cold War, and because of that, we can't say too much about how bad or good the map selection is. Which is why this feature still needed to be on the list, but is still pretty far down. Moving on to number 3, we have sniping. Now in the Call of Duty community, there's a large portion of players that like to use the sniper rifles. The problem with sniping in this game is mainly because of my personal preference. It feels way too much like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 sniping. Now this makes sense because this is a Black Ops game. However, it's not just the feeling of sniper rifles that concerns me. It's also the sniper rifles themselves. In the beta, I mainly was able to use the Pellington, and this sniper rifle simply doesn't do enough damage. The only way to get a guaranteed one-shot kill was by aiming for the head, where most sniper rifles are a one-shot from the chest up. This led to some pretty aggravating moments in the beta for myself and for many other players, and along with similar mechanics found in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, there's a lot of people in the sniping community that aren't that happy about the sniping features in this game. However, I do know that a lot of the people that are going to be playing this game and buying this game are going to be able to get over and overcome this problem. It still needs to be on this list. On to number 2, we have the health balancing. This was one of the major problems I had with Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3. Players simply have too much health. The game has a longer time to kill than a couple of other Call of Duties that I really enjoy. Meaning I'm probably going to be playing a lot of hardcore and or using a lot of strong weapons because having such a long time to kill, it can be very annoying a good amount of the time. Although it isn't as bad as Black Ops 4 was, there's still way too much health to deal with. However, the game does seem to counter this problem a little bit better than other Call of Duties have in the past by buffing certain weapons. Now, even though this is a major problem for myself, I know that the Call of Duty community can get past this issue with ease. It's just going to take a little bit of adjusting and some patience. However, this issue and all the other issues on this list don't even begin to add up to how bad the top spot is. At number 1, we have the feature that is killing Call of Duty, and that is skill-based matchmaking. If you look up any video about why Call of Duty is bad, I guarantee you one of the first videos you'll find is about skill-based matchmaking. A lot of players are very upset about this. Going into details about what skill-based matchmaking is would take too long, so let me give you a bit of an example of what would go down. Say you log on and you get into a match and you're having a really good game. Say you drop an insane amount of kills with a low amount of deaths, and you're just having a really great game and you're enjoying yourself. Call of Duty sees that, and in your next match they purposely put you up against players that are better than you. And along with that, sometimes they may even tweak your personal settings. This makes your next few matches incredibly difficult and overall just not enjoyable. Which means that good players get really bad games, and bad players will always have good games. This was a huge problem in Modern Warfare 2019 that they still haven't fixed, and a lot of us were hoping that Cold War wasn't going to have this feature either. However, there are a lot of players already who don't want to buy this game simply because the beta and alpha were unenjoyable to them because of skill-based matchmaking. It makes the game unfun, it makes the game unfair, and overall just makes for a very stressful gaming session. Throughout playing the alpha and the beta, I would have 1 or 2 good matches, and then the next 5 matches I would play, I would feel like I'm playing in the Call of Duty League, which is not how public matchmaking should work. Did you agree with our list? If not, leave it down in the comment section below. And even if you did, leave it down there anyway because we want to know what you think. That's it for this episode of COD Globe, and we cannot wait to see you in the next one.